Hello, Lee Smith here. I just wanted to pop in really quick before we listen to this episode with Bridget, who I'm super excited to be bringing to you. Since we have recorded Bridget's interview, she has made a few pivots in her business, and I'm super excited for her. But I wanted to make sure that I made the announcement ahead of time that she is actually partnering with another entrepreneur to be a part of Purpose Partners community. So they are a community of Jesus loving boss babes, and they are going to be rocking it. So I want to make sure that I put this in here, no matter where you're watching. If you're on the YouTube channel or the podcast, just make sure you check the show notes for the latest links, because the name that Bridget gives you may be a little bit different from what is actually going to be her community now. So with that being said, let's get into the episode. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Socially Awesome channel. I am so excited to be bringing you another female entrepreneur. She has been one that I've worked closely with already. I'm so excited to introduce you to Bridget. Thank you so much, Bridget, for being here today. I can't wait to share your expertise with my audience and just learn more about you today. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I usually like to dive right in. Let's just dive in. Tell me a little bit about what you do, who you serve. Give me a little background information on you. Who is Bridget?
Who is Bridget? Let's see. So I like to work with entrepreneurs, helping them build out their processes, automation, just getting the back end of their business in line so it can flow smoothly, so they can focus on the front end of the business, which is what normally brings joy to most entrepreneurs. It's not the details from behind, but details are kind of my thing. So I love to work and make those systems work together well.
That is so awesome, and I think it's so needed. Because I mean, as an entrepreneur, I'm telling you, my systems are everywhere. And I know you and I have had several conversations about just eliminating your mess so you can stress less. Look at me, I know all of your branding. I love it. But I am excited to talk a little bit about that today. So tell me, what inspired you to want to become an entrepreneur, to want to bring this to the market to help female entrepreneurs? What was that inspiration? What is that drive behind it?
Let's see. It's kind of driven by a few different things. I've spent the greater part of 20 years in the corporate world working on performance and quality improvement, process improvement. So taking your situation, breaking it down, finding the gaps, and then helping fill those gaps, and then evaluating how that has outcomes. So that's kind of how my brain works and process and streamline. I've been in the network marketing world for about 10 years. So just a few different markets, network marketing, social retail at this time. And I found trying to work full time and do the network marketing, it was kind of hard to balance both when you're trying to do it all yourself. So I've just kind of recently pivoted to the idea of like, the one thing that I personally struggled with the most was getting all the things done. So helping those entrepreneurs who love to bring their product, their whatever their value is, to other people, because that's what brings them joy, in a simple way, so that they're not feeling stressed all the time. So that's kind of where I pivoted from taking what I know in corporate and then ingraining it in the entrepreneurial world.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So I know you touched for a second that you've been in network marketing, and a lot of my audiences, and they're not sure they could do anything else. I think that's one of the struggles that entrepreneurs that start in network marketing have, is learning to build something alongside of that, alongside your network marketing company, just so that you, one, have multiple streams of income, but two, you have a business that you 100% own. So tell me a little about your experience in network marketing. And I know you've got like your experience from the corporate world, which has helped you build what you're building now for your program. But what did you learn throughout your process of network marketing that also led you to believe, hey, I need to build something else in addition to?
Yeah. So, there's a lot of different leaders out there, leaders that they trained differently. There's some value-based, there's just different ways of doing it. And so sometimes there's people who just need that extra help. They may need the extra help with telling them in their time exactly what they need to do, or they don't recognize or understand that there are simple things available for automation when it comes to like Facebook Messenger and staying connected with people. There's things that you can use to auto reply, but still make it sound like you and feel warm. Email marketing, which stays connected and just really, I totally,
I did it. I did it last week. I was like, see,
yep.
but that's okay because that's our brains are constantly going. We're constantly going. But no, I love that you have seen through your journey. Like, and I know you've pivoted a couple times, just trying
Yeah.
to figure that out. And I think that's important for women to realize is that because personally, I'm on my third network marketing company. And you know, my agency is new in the last 5.5 months, my agency for consulting and done for you services. But people or women in general very often feel like if they didn't get it right the first time, they have that self-doubt. And for you to kind of be open about, I've had to pivot a couple times and figure out exactly what I want to do. But if you're going to put your effort into building something, you want to make sure that it's the right thing. And I love that about you, about just getting that clarity in general, because like the challenge you ran last week about, you know, eliminating your mess and getting that clarity and getting organized in life. And I think that's important. A lot of people don't start with that. So then it's hard to go back and clean up the mess after the fact. That's my personal experience. So I'll get off my soapbox about that, but that's my personal problem, you know, but I love that. So tell me a little bit about what services you like. I know this will actually air at a little different point in time than we're filming it. But tell me what is coming for you in 2023. Like, what services are you intending to offer to people that they could utilize you for in their businesses?
Yeah, so we're kind of working all those details out now. But I'm hoping to be able to connect and work with people. Everybody's situation's a little bit different, so it's hard to say, this is what I can do for you, because you might have a few things in place that work well, but don't recognize there's other places that you can implement some things to make improvement. So we may be looking at some different consulting, so where we can break down your situation, look at it, see what the gaps are, and then give you ideas of where to implement new things, perhaps some consulting in different areas like that.
So when you say break it down, are you talking about like automations? Are you talking about just like your customer life cycle? What systems are you looking at breaking down in general? All of them?
Yeah, we could truly look at all of them, because sometimes part of the system is just home life. Sometimes there's things at home that we don't have in order yet that we can't necessarily give the time we need over here. So it can be system automation. It can be where am I not spending enough of my time? Am I doing the MMA things, the money making activities? Am I spending too much time getting caught up in, I know for me, sometimes I get too much time caught up in the friend zone in Facebook Messenger rather than just moving on to the next. Because some people are going to connect with us, some will, some won't. So what? And that's what you have to get connected with. And maybe that is part of their barrier as well. Is just, you know, we're hard on ourselves when we want to provide for everybody, but we won't always connect with everybody. So sometimes we drag that baggage along with us. So we'll look at systems, automation systems. You know, are you looking at just areas where do you need to show up better, maybe in your Facebook profile when it comes to branding? And we hear a lot now about actually branding yourself rather than branding your company, because companies can change at any time. People will actually buy from you, and from they get to know, like, and trust you rather than the product and the company you work for. So you could pivot at any time, which also comes back to the multiple streams of income. I know working with Elise, we both have a couple different lines of income we add into this part of our business, as well as some different affiliate programs that we work in. And sometimes when we start getting those going, that's where we need to dig a little bit deeper on the actual automation and system process.
Right. And I agree with that completely. And that's definitely on my own goals for 2023 is to just try to get as much of the repetitive tasks automated as much as possible and get some of those just so nothing gets missed, nothing slips through the cracks, right? And I'm in a growth phase, a scaling phase, so that's going to be the only way to scale. And that's the same for a brick and mortar business, an online business like an agency like mine, or a network marketing company. You can't grow your network marketing company if you can't duplicate. So anyone that's listening could absolutely use your services with any business because duplication is the only way to grow. So I love that you are bringing that to market to people, and I hope that they understand how important it is, because being a hot mess express like me, I can tell you it's important. I promise you. And my audience knows, so I'm not ashamed to say it. But you also run into, the challenges. Like I've grown pretty fast, so when you're in a fast growth spurt, if you don't have those systems in place, it's easy to fall back down. It's easy to crash back down. So I like I said, I just love that how unique what you are bringing to market is, and also how imperative it is, kind of having that operational knowledge. So that's really cool. So tell me a little bit about, I know, in general, you have just like this soulful simplicity idea, and you have a community called Faith-Filled Women Building Empires. And tell me a little bit about what people could expect in there, because I want to encourage anyone that's watching this video or listening, depending on what platform you're on, to really connect with Bridget. And I know you, like I said, you recently did a free challenge. I'm sure you'll be doing weekly live training in there. What could people expect from you if they were to join your community?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just going to start by, looking at a lot of that automation. We started off here in this last week's challenge, looking at decluttering our physical and mental spaces, and how having those in order helps our creativity and our open brain space, and really how that helps us physically. So we kind of started there. As we move forward, we'll look more at, like you had commented, I try to go live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. just to share some quick tips, automation tips, different apps and applications that you can use. And just I do try to work with those who are coming into the group to find out what their desires and needs are, so that we can educate on those as well. Because as we had talked a little bit before, everybody needs something different. So it's not necessarily a cookie cutter program where you'll come in and you're going to see we're going to do X, Y, and Z in the Facebook group. It is soulful simplicity and really, faith-based. I want it to be a warm, welcoming environment where everybody can work together. And if there's questions, be able to ask the questions in the group where we can answer them. That might be a great question for everybody. So we could do like a training on a Tuesday night to do the backup so that everybody could get that information. And so just a warm, welcoming community.
I love that. And I got a little inside look at the community personally. And I encourage you, if you're listening, to jump in there. I know Bridget has a wealth of knowledge that she's going to share, and some inspiration and motivation in there as well. So highly, highly encourage anyone listening, check the show notes, check the comments wherever you are. And then I want to say you have a free resource people can get when they jump in there as well, right? Don't you have an ebook or a guide or something that people can get a hold of in there?
Yes, actually, once you jump in, I'll have it under the guides. And I was just going to read the title here. It says how to declutter your mind so you can focus on what matters most. So it really does help you go through the process of we have so many things going on in our brain, and our neurons are firing left and right. And it just causes we basically don't get anything done because there's all these thoughts. I'm like the master of lists and checking things off. I'm checking them twice as I get them done, and recreating lists because it looks fun and amazing, and you feel like you're getting progress. So It's a great way to kind of walk through, get everything down on paper. It walks you through how to process and prioritize what you need to do, what maybe you should delegate, and things that you should just really take off your list. There are things that, like, I know on one of my lists, my photos upload and they're a mess. And so that's one thing I really want to get organized. But right now in my time, it's just not important. So we're going to take it off the list. So it's just not one thing to stress about.
Yes, I love that. And something I've had to learn is to delegate as well a little bit. And as you grow, that's something that I'm like, is organizing my 14,000 iCloud photos the best use of my time? Probably not. Would it make my life easier? Absolutely. Can I pay a teenager to do it? Probably. So like,
Yep.
so, but you come down and you break people's systems apart and help them rebuild it back together. And that would be something that would be a realization that they would come to, is that how many hours a day are you fake working? Or are you doing things that aren't imperative to you? They're not money making activities, which you talked about a little bit in the beginning. So I love that. Well, tell me a little bit. I like to kind of end on something that would inspire other women. There's women that are listening that, you know, they haven't taken that leap to start that business yet, right? They're stuck in the 9 to 5, which some people like their 9 to 5, but they know that they're made for more. They know they're made to help people. What is the challenge that you've had to overcome in your business that, you know, might inspire someone else to take that leap of faith?
Oh, that's a perfect question, because, you know, this whole leap of faith has been truly a leap of faith for me, because I've always known that there's something more. I've always known that, you know, I love the network marketing, and as a healthcare professional, it's just ingrained in me to help and serve people. So I really had to come across and trust the process and know that there's all kinds of people out there to support you in your journey. You know, we start different journeys in our lives, and the first people to jump in and support us aren't necessarily all of our families or close friends. And that was huge for me. Even when I started network marketing, I honestly sent my best friend for years the product line, and I just wanted her to look at it, like, and give me feedback, and like, she wouldn't even look at it. So it was hard. And so we really need to wrap our arms around each other and help just help people on those days that we're down, because maybe something didn't go right, or the days where we're having success, and share with us. So I found that I really loved, when I got into network marketing, the community part of it, because there was always somebody in the community that would help and support, and regardless of where they were at or who they were with, they're willing to help you grow rather than tear you down. So that's a lot of my drive into helping entrepreneurs now get organized so that they can do the things that they love, and maybe be part of that community that's they feel like they can serve and be served at the same time.
I think that's awesome. That's the perfect way to end, because that's inspiring, and I empathize and relate to exactly what you said about friends and family, and just surrounding yourself with people that will support you. So I love that. Well, thank you so much, Bridget, for joining me today. This has been awesome. I'm excited to continue to watch you grow, to work with you, to learn from you. And I encourage anyone that's watching or listening in to do the same. Hop in Bridget's group, follow her on Facebook, follow her on Instagram. You can find all of the information in the show notes or the comments. Grab her declutter guide. Grab it. You're going to want it. In January, you're going to want it. It's a brand new year. Get rid of the mess so you can stress less and just move forward. So thank you again so much, Bridget, for joining me today. And this has been great. This has been awesome. So
yes, it's been amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. And for everyone that's listening, thank you so much again for listening. And don't forget, on Tuesdays, we do Quick Tip Tuesdays. So we will see you on Tuesday. Bye, guys.